Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone Never Well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here pushing truth and sincerity. The water for which I do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Shalom to y'all. It's your brother Dawad from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. Lord willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Who the world ignorantly calls God, his name is Yahweh. Who the world ignorantly calls Yahweh, meaning he is. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the Savior. If you're watching this now and you're a so-called black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, then you are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible. If you don't look like a so-called black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, there's a good possibility that you could be a Hebrew Israelite. It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter the color of your skin. It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had his name later changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is the prince of the power. The bishop actually had told brothers to read Matthew chapter 13 today. So I actually want to go through it and just, knock off some key points and whatnot to Lord willing, it will be edifying to those who listen. And obviously, this is, for you to reflect, right? You read the chapter, reflect on yourself, see what is things that you might be doing that could be off, or deemed, wicked. Not saying that you're wicked per se, but, maybe, things you should be doing that you're not doing that could be wicked. That's a wicked thing to do, not, correct yourself. That's wicked. Not seeking counsel. That's wicked. Not doing the Lord's work is wicked because, we've been called to this thing to do what we're supposed to do. So after reading the chapter, I said, let me just shoot a video about it. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, it'll be edifying to those who are watching, because it damn sure is edifying to me. And I was able to reflect and, get some insight. So Matthew 13 and 1 says, the same day went Yahweh Shai out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Now, you got to understand that in this truth, there's a lot of distractions, right? So, whatever you put your time and energy and effort into, that's what you're going to get back, right? So if you sow good things, you get back good things. If you sow, wickedness, you get back wickedness, or you get back, punishment for the wickedness, So what you get into this thing, you put, you get out of it, and those seeds, man, you go ahead and, get these distractions and go ahead and pursue your deeds in this world, whether it be your job and it be your, it might be your family, your hobbies, the things that you like in this world. Maybe it might be carnal things such as like, you might be a nigga that like to go party or whatever it may be. And you might like fashion, and money. But these things could be all part of your downfall, It doesn't matter what it is, Cars, you like cars, video games, jewelry, whatever it may be. These things, if you're putting more time and effort and energy into those things, well, and you put less time into the Lord, what do you think is going to happen when that time comes for him to save you, right? And they were devoured. Those people were devoured, man, right? You got guys who fell out of this thing and, they let the cares of this world destroy them, and they, some of them, are bugged out. Some of them are, bugged out to the point where they might try to off themselves. Some of them are bugged out to the point where they might try to come against us, but, they, start doing drugs maybe, or, might have a wicked woman. That might be their punishment for now until that missile comes, They're going to suffer all the way into the time to be destroyed or delivered. Verse 5 says, some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness in the earth. Right? They're not rooted. It says, and when the sun was up, they were scorching, and because they had no root, they withered away. All right, so we're supposed to have a foundation in this thing, right? To the point where it doesn't matter where you are in the world, what happens in the world, you're supposed to be having the wisdom, knowledge, understanding to push you through it, right? And if you're rooted, that means that your mind is focused on this. Your mind is focused on the prophecies. Your mind is focused on the end times. Your mind is focused on Yahweh Shai coming back. Your mind is focused on the Lord, and your mind be occupied in prophecy. It says, verse 7, and some fell among thorns, and thorns sprung up and choked them. Yeah, don't let these distractions, be your choke you out of this truth. And don't let things that you might not like about this truth choke you out of this truth. Like, these thorns are, could be, distractions. These thorns could be something that you might think is, it might be, it might be off about the doctrine, which there's nothing off about the doctrine, but you might get bugged out, and those thorns, they might be, something that you can't get past that'll choke you up. You might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't know if that's really the Lord's name, or so, you end up falling out behind stuff like that. Well, I don't really know if white people can't be saved, so you might be thinking that, and that might choke you out. You know what I'm saying? Because you think that Esau can be saved, right? Not white people. I'm talking about Esau. You might think Esau can be saved, and that'll choke you out. You might think you could do whatever you want to do, right? You don't got to follow order. You don't got to, follow leadership, and that'll choke you out. Things like that'll choke you out. But those things are scriptural. It's in the Bible, right? Verse 8 says, well, other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some in 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. So now when we out here pushing this truth, you might have fruit that come in that might, that might watch you and be like, hey man, I came into the truth because of you, which, he came into the truth because of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the Spirit allowed him to do so. But because you were speaking those words and he saw you speaking those words, he becomes your fruit. It says, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the kingdom, to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So it's not given to them, right? Which is self-explanatory. But the point is, you might have something go over somebody's head, or you might have say something. You might be like, yo, check this out, 2 + 2 = 4, and they be like, nah, man, I'm telling you, it's not 4. Nah, it's not. It's 22. And you be like, yo, I just explained it to you the most basic, simple way for you to understand it, but you ain't understand it. Well, that's because the understanding wasn't given it to them, because the Most High didn't want to give that understanding to them, so He blinded them purposely, right? Why? Because it's only given to a certain person, right, to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. The scriptures tell us not to cast our pearls before swine. Verse 12, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which is said, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and not perceive. And that's why when you explain things to these people, simply, they still can't get it. You tell them like, hey, look, if Johnny had 2 apples and Cindy gave him 2 more apples, how many apples does he have? You know what I'm saying? Even though you do it, oh, look, it's 4, they're not going to get it. Because it wasn't given to them to get. They're not going to get it. They're not going to understand. They'll be looking at you like you crazy, like you got 2 heads. They'll be looking like you stupid. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. So he's literally telling you the Most High doesn't want them. They'll reprobate. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they come back in the kingdom, through reincarnation, then fine. But because there will be new bodies. But these people here are so far gone, and they're so wicked and so defiled and so deluded that, the Most High don't even want them no more, man. He's like, yo, they gotta start over. There's a special plate. I have a special thing prepared for them to just hit a restart. All right, it says, So he didn't want them. That's why it's made for you to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given. It says, but blessed are your ears, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So there was a reason why you were able to get this knowledge, understanding. The Most High wanted you to. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Right? It says, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When any one heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. Right, exactly. So, you out here doing your thing, you find out you're an Israelite, you might be going to camp, you might be teaching and, prophesying, and all of a sudden, you might have a demon come out of nowhere and pull you away from this truth. All the things we spoke about before, like, hey, man, I disagree with this scripture, or the way they break it down. I disagree with this doctrine, or I got to go to school, I got to go to work, and I got, I miss camp all the time, and I don't study, so when the tests come out, I might not have studied that particular thing, and boom, what I'm saying, now, you're getting low test scores, and just making up all types of excuses on why, you can't study, or you can't read, or you don't got time, you can't come to camp and all that type of stuff. Like, yo, man, you gotta get your ish together. There's certain things you gotta put in place. I'm speaking of myself, of course, because I've been that man. I'm working on it now. But there's a certain grace period, time for grace period. Trying to find another job so you can you ain't gotta miss camp. So you find another job where Saturdays you ain't gotta work. That's what I'm in that's what I'm working on right now. Trying to find a much better job. To where I can still provide for my family, but still be able to make camp every single Saturday, man. And sometimes we even have Thursday camps. You might want to make that one too. The more work you do for the Lord, man, the better, man. It's never going to be the bad thing doing more work for the Lord. It's never going to be a problem doing more work. So to keep that in mind, Akim. It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heard the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. It says, yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. Yeah, and you have men who are offended in this thing that they're involved in. It doesn't make any sense. Right? It says, he also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he become unfruitful. And that's what I'm talking about. You have these things. Your school, you might by trying to become a lawyer, or doctor, or teacher, or whatever it is. You think you're gonna get the bag off of that, get some money, or your job is always calling you. You always got to go on to work, on a Saturday. Or whatever day your prospective camp day is, and you can never, or you don't got time to study because you're always working and whatnot, so you're not reading and doing your videos, uploading your shows and whatnot. You're not hanging out with Akim and being brotherly. You're not being charitable, right? So yeah, man, these things, man. So, but yeah, man, that's pretty much the point. I know there's more, but I gotta get ready to get out of here. Lord, when I'll do a part 2 on this. Lord, when he was edified, ended off by giving praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, ever well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, our pushing truth and sincerity.